So, a while back ago, I had promised that I would make a video on Pangea Survival. However, I decided upon hearing that they were going to be doing a patch to the game where online would finally be a thing. I decided not to. But there was definitely a lot of things that I wanted to look at before that happened. For example, all of the really weird glitches that this game has to offer. Um, So I'm gonna be going through those real quick, starting with probably the most OP thing in the game right now, the the Diplodocus. Uh, I don't really care how you pronounce it. It's Diplodocus or Diplodocus, whatever you feel like saying. But it this thing may not. I mean, it's a sauropod, so generally they are overpowered or meant to be overpowered. But it has two attacks. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I don't even remember how to. Oh, right, I should probably change the time of day to better suit my temperature. There we go. Yeah, see, that's another thing too, is that this game right now is not very well optimized for the whole temperature thing, because, I mean, a sauropod out in an open field and during the daytime it's literally burning to death. I don't think that's really a good option, but this thing has two different attacks. The first of which doesn't cost anything, it's just the general head smack. And I don't think the tail does any damage, but it might. And the other attack is a stomp, which costs your ability power, which is that secondary stamina thingy in the bottom part. But um, one of the most interesting thing about this thing is that the 3 call does the stomp, and it actually does damage. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to. It's actually a lot easier to see during the night. My gosh, that needs to be fixed too. That lighting. But I'm gonna show you here. I literally just have to keep 3 calling on top of another Diplodocus, and they can't do anything about it. I just constantly spam 3 call and stomp them to death. So, and that's another thing too, is that you still gain progression points even from killing your own species, or anything like that. If as long as it's hard to kill, you still gain points. Like the spamming 3 call, it just it's hugging my neck. Help me. Okay, that was kind of funny. Not gonna lie, but yeah, that 3 call is a little bit broken right now. And the other thing I was gonna show you, um, let me show you with, uh, how do I? Oh, respawn. There we go. I can just choose whatever I want. Let me just show you with something else. Um, Now you can do this with any creature, but I first noticed it on the galley. Um, so when you jump to when you press spacebar to jump, or or if or if you're in the air in general, like this is for any creature, even creatures that don't have a jump. You can jump and press jump repeatedly to stay in the air. This also resets your fall damage or whatever. Um, Another thing I showed in that video of me is I showed a full map of. Oh my gosh, these guys are so loud. I need to go somewhere else. Anyways, I showed a full map and I scrolled through it so fast you probably didn't notice, but I had literally taken a screenshot of where I was on the map for every single water source on this map. Because it's honestly, to me, it's very poorly labeled. Like, the only water sources that seem to show on the map are two of the rivers. There's actually a third one over in the Hell Creek area, and the 3 where I'm at right now. These 3 pools. The other blue stuff, like the big blue patch uh, on the left side, that's not even like a river or anything, and the one that I'm nearby right now, that's not either. So I honestly am not sure what they did with this map, but yeah. Anyways, go ahead and keep on showing you some more of these glitches. Oh, another one is that the resting, which some creatures actually have an animation for resting and some don't, but you can still attack while resting. And something that I noticed that was really weird is that after you do a special attack, you can rotate yourself while resting, and then after that, you can press shift to sprint, and you can start moving. Yeah, you can move around actively and attack while in the resting position, so you will not take any bleed damage while you're in this state, which is still very weird. And you can still jump and everything. It's a very, very weird mechanic. And see, spamming this jump button, I fall a very small amount, but I can still, like, I literally flew from over there on that coast to over here on this coast. So yeah, it's a little bit broken. And then, and as I was trying to say, this works for everything. So let me show you something like a Saurophaganax doesn't have the jump button, or it doesn't have a jump. See, I'm pressing jump right now, but nothing is happening. But if I run over this hill and I begin to fall, see, I could float there for a second before actually falling to the ground. Yeah, doesn't work too well unless you have like a big old drop, which is nice on this game for having, you know, not like a bunch of fall damage stuff that'll just occur at any point in time. So I feel like the gravity in this game is definitely, like, it's definitely a lot better than a lot of the other dinosaur games. But there's a few other things too, like this AI Panterius. It'll roar at you, it'll walk towards you and act like it's gonna attack you, but it won't actually end up killing. Oh my gosh. I forgot how good the physics of the oh, and there's that too. The bodies will still make noises. So hopefully that's fixed. And the other thing too is that a lot of the large carnivores make similar calls. They look like they tried to make it slightly different for some of them, but it just didn't work. Anyways, let me show you the whole resting thing. I don't think this guy doesn't actually have a resting animation. It's still the same animation set as just like by itself, normal. Oh, and then there's this bit too, which I noticed. This is a little cool thing, but if you're eating and you have a little flesh chunk attached to your face because you forgot to finish the eating animation, you can still bite and get food from it. Yeah. But anyways, in the resting position for this guy, it's just the same animation set. So you can just do this, move around, and I noticed for some of these creatures it's ever so slightly different. Some of them just don't have a resting animation, so they just slide around kind of like this, which looks funny. But some of them actually will still keep their animation set, like the Dilo, I think. No, that's not it. Something, I couldn't remember what it was. Maybe it's the Monolophosaurus. Oh, the okay. That was interesting. Anyways, if I go into the resting position, do my special attack, and then move around, you can see I'm in the resting position, but I'm also moving around like normal. And still do the jumping and everything. But yeah, when they're I was gonna show you real quick, but when with bleeding, and I think it's easiest to show you with the Coelophysis. I think this is the one that spawns near all the scorpions and stuff. Oh, and Plagiosaurus apparently. Uh, I don't need this save anymore, so I'm just going to delete the save, respawn, and then I should, yeah, here we go. But yeah, I'm gonna go into the resting position and just begin moving around. And as you can see, I'm actually gonna go out of resting position, get myself stung by this scorpion, and show you just how OP the bleeding stuff is. Yeah, see, one hit and I'm already gonna just die. But if I go into resting position, I no longer take any bleed damage. And if I break it and then am able to move again, then the only damage I'm taking from this scorpion is just base damage, which is literally nothing. It can't do base damage. So I'm immune to this scorpion now completely, and I can just kill it without any consequences. Oh yeah, I forgot. The only thing that you can't do while resting is eat. So you have to break out of the resting animation in order to actually eat. But yeah, if you see yourself pull a flesh chunk out and then just don't eat it, you can do this and proceed to eat it. It's actually quicker than the eating animation as well. And there's another one, another creature that had a glitch attached to it. I want to say it was the Styraco. What was the charge button? I remember there being a charge X. Okay. So yeah, this is one of the things that the ceratopsids can do, is they can go into a charge mode and just constantly deal damage as long as they're going along the side of something and keep their momentum going. They can still deal damage. And this works for every ceratopsid as well. And if you press the X button, it automatically sets you into charge mode. If you hold it, you continually lose the ability power. But if you just press it every so often, you basically don't lose anything. But I do think actual headshots are in the game right now too. I can't remember what made me think that. Um, what else was there? I remember the Amargasaurus. This actually became quickly my favorite creature because this thing can actually take on everything in its area, even though it probably shouldn't. Like, it can take on the big sauropods, and it can take on the Giga. Let me see here. I think the main reason I liked it so much is because you can actually, is when you hit the special keybind, it's supposed to move your character, but if you're moving it while that's happening, then, let me turn it to daytime, then you can actually make it hit more than once. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this on the Giga over here, which Giga is pretty overpowered because the way they have Giga in this game is it goes through a lot more stages, like as far as like progression, like you progress through more creatures to get to Giga than anything else. Like you have to progress through a lot of powerful creatures too, like Carcharodon. Okay, I think that's why I thought the headshots were a thing, because I remember being able to take that on. I can't remember how I actually took it on, if I'm being honest. Okay, well, let me scroll through here and see if I can find anything else I thought of. Um, Amargasaurus. I don't think there's any other glitches that I want to think of, except for the fact that humans, even though you have the ability to see the map, for some reason humans are not able to see the keybind stuff. And I don't think there's a way to. No, wait, there is a way to reload. Okay. I just don't know if there's a way to actually get more ammo. And you can't look at. Unfortunately, you can't look at the map while in the vehicle. So that's another. Oh, and the mouse is terrible for the vehicle. I'm trying to move my mouse as much as I can, but it is not only is it inverted, but it also moves it really slowly. I also have no idea how to exit the vehicle. Oh, backspace. Because why not make that the exit key? Okay. And then oh, and yeah, there's just the fact that the camera actually moves itself when you're in the vehicle, which I honestly don't really like that much. I think if they just kept the camera the same as the other creatures, it would have been a lot better feeling to actually control the vehicles. Oh, I think I found a bug. So I just pressed escape while in the vehicle and game crashed. So yeah, that's well, I can't think of anything else, so I'm gonna take that as a sign to just end the video here. Uh, yeah. Well, that's it for Pangea until the patch comes out for multiplayer. So yeah, that's it.